Welcome to the YouTube video channel for my new book, Seed of Israel, DNA Guide to Tracing Your Jewish Ancestry, available on Amazon in eBook, Kindle version, as well as paperback version. Links to order your copy are below. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button to get more videos like this. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Jewish holiday observed today, which I will confess I did not even know about until I checked my Google Calendar, which lists Jewish holidays, both major and minor. And I came across on July 21st, the 17th of Tammuz, which is in Hebrew, Shivah Asar Tammuz. So what is 17th of Tammuz? Well, let's take a look. So it's actually an important date on the Hebrew calendar. It's probably more in the diaspora, outside of the Orthodox communities, considered minor holiday, but historically it is important. So what is the 17th of Tammuz? Well, it is a fast day in Judaism, so you are supposed to fast. 17th of Tammuz commemorates the breach of the walls of Jerusalem before the destruction of the Second Temple by the Romans in 70 CE. The holiday falls on the 17th day of the 4th Hebrew month of Tammuz, and it marks the beginning of the 3-week mourning period leading up to Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, which is a fast day commemorating the destruction of both Solomon's temple, otherwise known as the First Temple, in Jerusalem in 587 BCE by Nebuchadnezzar II, who was the king of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Tisha B'Av also remembers the destruction of the Second Temple by the Roman Empire in Jerusalem in 70 CE. The 17th of Tammuz is the second of 4 fasts commemorating the destruction of the temple and the Jewish exile. We already described Tisha B'Av. The fast that precedes the 17th of Tammuz is called the 10th of Tevet, which also arrives 3 weeks prior to Tisha B'Av. And it mourns the siege of Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylonia. The fast of Gedaliah commemorates the assassination of Gedaliah, who was the governor of Judah, which was known as Yahud province, and he was appointed by Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon after the defeat of the kingdom of Judah and the destruction of Jerusalem. So, according to the Mishnah in Ta'anit 4:6, which you can see the text. Now, just to give a little bit of background on the Mishnah is the first major written collection of the oral Torah, or otherwise known as the oral law, which is the beginning of the rabbinic literature in exile in the diaspora, which took place after the written Torah of the 5 books of Moses. So, according to the Mishnah, Ta'anit 4:6, 5 calamities befell the Jewish people on this day. Number 1, Moses broke the 2 tablets of stone on Mount Sinai after the Israelites made the golden calf idol. Number 2, the daily Tamid, which is Hebrew for fire, which is also known as Olat Tamid, the daily burnt offering, or Korban Tamid, the perpetual offering. Well, this daily Tamid offering ceased due to the Babylonian siege, which cut off supplies to the temple in 586 BCE. The daily Tamid, the offering, was a lamb twice a day, in the morning and the afternoon. So a lamb in the morning and a lamb in the afternoon. Number 3, as mentioned earlier, Jerusalem's walls were breached by the Romans before the destruction of the Second Temple. Number 4, Roman military leader Apostomus burned a Torah scroll. Number 5, an idol was placed in the temple either by the Babylonians or by the Roman Emperor Titus, or Titus. Not sure exactly how that's pronounced. Titus or Titus. So, also what took place on this date, which was obviously not recorded in the Mishnah because this happened later, was the breaching of the walls of Jerusalem during the First Crusade in 1099, as the Crusaders took Jerusalem from the Fatimid Caliphate and laid the foundations for the Kingdom of Jerusalem, which was a Crusader state that lasted for nearly 200 years, from 1099 to 1291. In a previous video, I described how the First Crusade inspired itinerant preachers and German peasants to slaughter Jews in the Rhineland. Now, there's some debate about when these events occurred, regarding the 5 calamities that are described in the Mishnah and that are commemorated on this day, on the 17th of Tammuz. So there is some debate about when these events occurred and who were the major players in these events. For example, there's some debate about whether the person who burned the Torah scroll was actually a Roman officer or possibly a Greek Syrian, and when that time period was. So I'm not going to get into all these controversies in this video. I'm going to keep it brief. Just wanted to give a really brief introduction to 17th of Tammuz. But I encourage you to follow the links posted below to learn about alternative theories put forward about some of these calamities that occurred. Thank you for watching.